America's top cybersecurity expert on television, CEO of Matrixforce, and best-selling author of Streamlining Technology, Mr. Kevin Fream.
Have you ever heard of Ferrari? They don't rev, they growl. And in 2003, in my hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was only about a dozen of these fine machines. But by far, the best one was silver with black trim and blacked out windows. And that belonged to my boss. I see him roaring into the office his first time with this new Ferrari, and I think, man, what a car. Someday. He comes over to me right away, and he's hot. He kind of sounds like Al Pacino. He says, "Kevin, boy, you caused me a big problemo. Your managed service division was so profitable that I had $189,000 of extra income on my personal taxes. Huh. So we're going to spin your butt off into a C corporation. Hooah!" That was my introduction to being a C Corp. I did some digging, and it turns out that if you're in the business of trust, it's really good for customers. You see, there's a couple of unique things about a C corporation. The first is that you have to be listed as a Secretary of State as an owner, so you can't be a felon or a member of the Russian mafia. The second is that you have to have a board of directors. And it's for strategy, but more importantly, for financial oversight to protect customers from fraud. So a mere 3 months later go by, and my boss comes to me again, and he says, "I want you to take the division off my hands. You'll assume the $2.4 million in revenues, and I'll take the cash, but I want $162,000 for the antiques that are throughout the office." To this day, I hate antiques. Well, I didn't have that kind of money. So I sought out my first board member. He happened to be a distant relative and the former chairman of the board of Ingram Content, the largest book distributor in the world. He put up the cash, and he also brought in 2 more board members for a quorum. As a new CEO, I get the deal done. I dive into the books. We had disclosures, but there are a couple of oddities, like a 4-page income statement and a 3-page balance sheet. That's something you see at General Electric, not for a small IT services firm. On top of that, we quickly found out that the previous owner was skimming $15,000 a month for personal use on the corporate Amex. To add insult to injury, I was 3 months delinquent on that Amex because he hadn't paid it. You know that Ferrari I like so much? Well, I was paying for it. $5,488 per month. On top of that, and I really get to drive the damn thing. Other charges included the elite VIP modeling service of Dallas, Texas. Now, I don't know what that was, but for certain, we didn't have models in technology ads in the Tulsa world. So here I was, a business, new CEO, no cash. This would be the shortest run in history. I had a wife on disability, had a daughter in college, have a mortgage, and let's not forget the $162,000 that I owed the board member. Maybe I could just be his butler for life. Each week it happened. The call. Kevin, do you need more money? Came in from the board. And I don't know why, but I always said no. We're going to do our trademark of streamlining technology and helping customers to reduce risk and complexity. And it wasn't easy, but month by month, we built up cash. We paid down debt. And today, we have so many customers that we protect over $6 billion in assets for them. Because what we didn't understand is that we inadvertently created a new standard in the industry for vetted IT support, where being a C corporation, developing a patent, trademarks, achieving gold certification, acquiring a gold competency, and complying with federal regulations. That's a message I wanted to bring here today at Nasdaq. You see, if you don't know who actually has your passwords, your business transactions, your confidential data, then they're not vetted. 1 Corinthians 12:23. But desire the greater gifts, and I'll show you a more excellent way. Per Tony Robbins, in life, there's only inspiration or desperation. And finally, if your IT support is not vetted, then you should forget it.